Hey, Steve Wagner, Virtual Properties. I've got an exciting topic today. It's one that everyone needs to be good at, and that is prospecting. Specifically, how do you find buyer prospects? Okay, so let's go straight from the top. Everyone gets tired of hearing about SOI, sphere of influence, but NAR says that 65% of all real estate agents' business comes from their SOI, from their sphere of influence. So you've got to do it. And it starts with building a database, getting all the names, no matter how good or bad they may be, get all the names of people you know, even vaguely, put them in there and start branding them and reaching out to them. Get as many names as you can, call them regularly, and guess what? It works, okay? And so 65% of all business comes from the sphere of influence. So day one, you get the business, start growing that farm. Second thing, internet leads. Why are people not doing this? Why are people negative? I'll tell you why people are negative. They had bad expectations. They actually looked at internet leads as like referrals. No, the average is 1 out of 50 will end up being your buyer. And it even takes a while for that. The other thing is that people think they're ready, willing, and able right now. Most of these people reach out on the internet months, maybe even a year before they're really ready to do something. But that's the good thing, because now, as I said before in other videos, that 3 out of 4 times the buyer or seller ends up going with the first person they talk to. So this is your way of being alerted to people that are moving into the market. Just accept it for what it is. The stats are 1 in 50 is average to below average, 1 in 40 is a little bit better than average, and 1 in 30 is almost like Jedi, okay? So don't neglect internet leads. By the way, you just got to call them real quickly. That's one of the key things. You got to follow up multiple times. If you look at all the stats, it's crazy. You can see why people don't succeed with it. They follow up slowly. They only call like an average of 1.3 times. Okay, let's move to the next thing. To get buyers, I always say it's very simple. Get listings and just do good marketing. You're going to have buyers call, and someone might want to buy your listing. Most of them won't. And guess what? That's not such a bad thing, because now you've got a potential buyer prospect there. Not just getting listings and marketing the listings. By the way, this is number 4. Is prospecting around those. It now gives you something to do. An open house. Just going and knocking on the doors and telling all the neighbors and say, hey, NAR does a stat that most neighbors would really love to pick their neighbor. And actually further than that, most neighbors know someone who might be interested. I'm just wanting to see if you know anyone who might be buying or selling here. Oh, by the way, anywhere else. So, it gives you many of opportunities. Circle prospecting with postcards and things like that. One of the hottest things, this is number 5, is the lease purchase angle. Oh man, this is a bonanza right now. If you're not taking advantage of this, you're missing the boat right now. We're doing some marketing because a lot of people don't think they can get loans, but they want to be in a house. And so we're getting people that are marketing. It's just a flow of buyers. And guess what we're finding? We've got an organization, which I'll tell you about if you email me, that will pay you the same commission or similar commission as if you're working with them with a buyer, but you really put them in a lease purchase. They pay you up front. But the other thing we're finding is we send all these to our lender, and our lender is pre-qualifying, pre-approving about 1 out of every 5 of these. It is a bonanza for getting business. Don't miss out on the lease purchase angle. I can explain. We have a whole division around that at Virtual Properties. The other thing is target marketing. Now, generally when I think of target marketing, I'm thinking geographical target marketing. That was probably my second, maybe my first best way to get business when I was in the real estate, when I was really selling. But I'm not necessarily talking about geographical target market. I'm talking possibly about any group or hobby. Anytime people can kind of group together on something that they have interest in. Geo is location, but it could be soccer, it could be golf, it could be knitting, it could be painting, it could be photography. You can find groups, especially with social media, and you can connect there. And if you can, people go with who they know, like, and trust. You got to find a way to not bombard them with too much advertising, but reach out to them. Final thing, I already touched on it, social media. I know people using social media. I actually know someone using a combination of internet leads, never calling them, just connecting with with them on social media, and they're getting so much business by doing this. But regardless, people now are using social media the way they used to do live networking. Now they just sit in their room and network with people and make relationships by social media. Final thing I'll say, this is a bonus, number 8, is I have learned, and by talking with agents that routinely wear their name badge, that they can get, sometimes some people say it's 1 transaction a year, some people it's 2, some people even say 3 transactions a year, just by wearing that and being open to conversation. So don't miss out on that opportunity. I hope you found this informative, and I hope you get a lot of buyer business. Thank you so much.